Well, welcome. Welcome everyone to day 8. A very good morning, good afternoon, or good evening from wherever you're joining us. We're going to begin our group meditation in another 1 minute. I request you all to find a comfortable spot where you can relax and sit with yourself in your meditation. Thank you for joining in. Take this moment to make yourself aware that you are now here, completely 100% ready to dive deeper within yourself. Taking a breath in, releasing a breath out. Gently close your eyes, fingers into fingers, clasp your hands, cross your legs. Slowly becoming aware of the rhythm of your natural breathing. How it is going in and how it is coming out. Do not force your breath to be long or short. Simply witness the natural rhythm of your breathing. Take your awareness wherever your breath is going. For the next 30 minutes, do not open your eyes, come what may. The key is to keep coming back to your breath. Come back to your breath. Your easy, natural, tender, tranquil breath. How your breath is going in, how your breath is coming out. We are all gods, my dear friends. Gods for creating each and everything that has ever existed, existing, and will exist. All are experimenting. We are here to enjoy, to experience, to celebrate. And to share a unique, beautiful presence with each other. Let us meet our own self. Let us recognize our own self, who we truly are. And then share that beauty with the world. Just be with your breath. last 2 minutes, just be with your breath. The inhalation and exhalation of your breath. No thoughts whatsoever. Just be with your breath. Last 30 seconds. Do not open your eyes. Last 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. And with your next breath, without opening your eyes, unclasp your hands and place them on your eyes. And you may open your eyes. Welcome back, everyone. Thank you for this wonderful, wonderful meditation. Thank you for this wonderful opportunity. Take your time, sip some water, and kindly open your cameras. All right. So, shall we begin? Shall we start our session for today? Anyone wants to share anything? How was your meditation today? Anyone wants to share? You can write down in the chat. For those who for whom this is not early morning, are you all with me? All right. So last we talked about four jewels of karma, right? Physical condition, emotional condition, mental condition, and then taking care of the degree of development of soul. These were the four jewels we talked about. Today we're going to talk about the last and the fifth jewel, which Stockholm says as the fifth jewel is that you are what you want to. That you are what you want to. What does it mean? As clearly as it says. What you truly want to, you are that. That is your fifth jewel. If you have all these if you take care of these five jewels, Stockholm says you reduce or destroy your karma. But if you go against these five jewels or misuse these five jewels, you multiply and increase karma. And today, that is exactly what we're going to talk about. How do one multiply or increase their karma? Now, the fifth jewel is that we must listen to our deepest desire that our soul is continuously telling us. Our soul guides us through intuition. That is what makes us different from animal consciousness. Remember, animals have their instinct. They don't have, they have living, surviving instinct. They will protect themselves in when they will feel that they're being attacked. But that is it. No questioning, no going beyond, no discovering, no understanding. Same, all of these qualities human also have because they are the evolved, uh, you know, consciousness from the animal consciousness. But if we do not move beyond our instinctive skills or habits, we are mere living in a survival mode. We are mere living as animals are. So we have to listen to our intuition. We have to develop our intuition. How do we develop our intuition? We develop our intuition by becoming more and more closer to ourselves, by going more and more within, asking yourself questions and listening to the answers, being open to listen to the answers because answers are always given to us. Can you tell me any of you here who have never experienced an intuition, have never experienced that there's a voice inside of them who is telling what to do, what not to do? Is there anyone here? I want to know. Nobody has experienced intuition. All right. Should I get into a teacher mode and make every one of you open your cameras? If you're not responding to me, who am I talking to? All right. Sid is saying, I have experience. That's great. That's great. My next question to you would be, how many times have you listened to it? How many times have you did what your intuition was telling you? How many times? You don't have to answer me. Answer yourself. Well, Neeta, Alba, Rekha, Amit, Raquel, Sujita, Dipti, Rangoli, Hina, Jen, Vijayaniti, please open your cameras. Please open your cameras. So I see you, I interact with you, and I'm able to give to you more. Okay, Sandhya is saying many times. Well, that's great. That means you are living as, you know, as great human being, as evolved human being. All right. So that is what is the difference. We have to listen to our intuition. We have to work as our intuition is telling us. We have to do what is righteous for ourselves. What is righteous, most righteous act needs to be done. That is the fifth jewel. That is what Torkam is saying. That be what you are. If you will act out of any other, intention or any other emotion or thought, or you'll go against your true nature or true experience of your own self, you will start begin to create karmas. So the more you are away from your true nature, the more you are away from who you really are, you will keep on creating karmas. So become who you truly are. Rediscover yourself. Find who you truly are and what you have made yourself because of what you have learned, what you have observed, what people have told you to become, what people have asked you out to be. Be a nice girl. What is the definition of nice girl according to people? If you have become that, is that truly who you are? Are you the one pleasing others? Because that is what is the definition of being nice in the world. Never say no. Do not raise your voice. Do not do this. That is the definition of being nice. And if one follows that, going against its true nature, going against its own heart, going against its own soul, they start to create karma. As simple as that. So the more you meditate, more you become closer to who you truly are. You listen to your own self, you listen to that voice within you. And when you listen, you start to make your own way in the world. And then that is when you start destroying your karma. That is when you start awakening. That is when you start becoming more and more conscious and aware. All right. Rekha is saying early morning here, children are sleeping. That is why dark in the room. It is okay. Again, like I said, it doesn't matter if I see nothing. Again, the more excuses you give to yourself, the more excuses are you are going to experience in your life. You're not opening your mic. So what happening in beside you is not reaching to anybody else. If it is dark, is not your problem. So again, it's okay. Again, it's a personal choice, but understand why I'm asking it. Because right now, while I'm speaking, I'm also exchanging my energy, or you are also exchanging your energy by being here. The more present you are, the more you are here, the more it's going to be fruitful. So it is only and only in the ask of your own benefit. Let the husband sleep. Doesn't matter. I won't. Nobody will see your husband. All right. Again, it's a matter of personal choice. But all why I ask for it is I have told many times. Again, also it gives me motivation when I see your beautiful faces. I know it's Rekha ji is in saying it's black. Even I feel more and more your presence, and I feel more and more motivated and energetic to give you back, to give you more. So that's why I ask for it. Okay, I have some of the personal interest here as well. Now, now let us dive into the topic of how do we increase and multiply our karma. Karma increases and greater complication results when you obey the urges and drives of your physical condition, your physical, emotional, mental bodies, and act under the command of these bodies. Understand? When you're driven by these, when you are, when all the your physical body, your emotional body, your mental body, all these are in the driving seat, and you are a passenger princess or a prince or a king, and you're just sitting there relaxed, not acting, not being aware, and driven by all these bodies, that is when you multiply your karma. Because all these bodies are working on auto function now, out of the habits, out of the programmings, out of the patterns. So, non-stop, you will start living in patterns because you are not on the driving seat now. You have no control now. You're under the command of these bodies. So you will act out of overflowed, overcrystallized emotions. You will work under, the overworked physical body. You're not listening to your body, and you keep creating more and more pressure, more and more torture on your physical body, creating more and more karma. Now your body is asking for more. I can do more. Now I'm in a habit of waking up in the night and sleeping in the day. Now you can't sleep in the day because you have a job to do. So what is it resulting in? Waking for 12 hours straight, or 13, 16 hours straight, 18 hours straight. How much strain you are getting, and nothing you're doing to gain energy. You're only leaking energy, losing energy. So you're driven by all these bodies rather than being the one controlling them, guiding them, creating them. Think about it. If you follow these urges and drives, you will eventually find yourself self trapped. When you use your urges and drives to trap others, you are creating a trap within a trap. So many examples I can give you for this condition. If I am doing this, if I'm experiencing this, no one should be spared. If I'm not happy, how can others be happy? So you trap them. Either you're frustrated, you came back from office, you had a very bad day. What do you come back home and give love to your family members? You be very polite to them, very patient to them, or you pour your frustration, your anger, your all the burdens, all the mental pressure that you gained throughout the day in your office, on your throw that on your family members. What do? What have you experienced? or any other situation. Let's say someone or your family member, someone shouted on you, and you cannot shout back on them, and you are full of anger, and you meet somebody who you are, you're meeting somebody else, and you outpour your anger or your frustration or your sadness onto them. What are you doing now? Creating trap. You got trapped because you are driven by your emotional, physical, mental body. Now, because you're driven by them, you are now, and you are self trapped. Now you're trapping others. Understand? And the more you trap others, it becomes a vicious cycle now. They will give it back to you. You will give more back to them, if not today, tomorrow. And then law of ego becomes. Now, Torcom says gossip and treason will, whosoever does gossip or treason will have to pay heavy taxation. Gossip is like a cancer to your soul. This is what I heard from Patriji. Gossip is like a cancer to your soul. And gossip is not just what we do with other people, gossip is also what we do continuously in our mind, to within self talk that keeps happening. Check your self talk. What is that your mind? What is that you're feeding yourself? Treason is something. What does treason mean? Is something that you say, "Hey, I love you. Hey, you are so special to me. You hold a really great space in my heart." And the moment they're out of your sight, the moment you're away from them, you talk bad about them. You say they're nasty, they're ugly, they have this problem, they have that problem. This is treason. So if you are in a habit of this, if you are this, then you are going to pay heavy taxation. So the end point is become who you truly are. The more and more he very beautifully he says, Torcom, in his book, that people are really, they are ashamed of showing them. They are ugly. It's okay to make mistakes. We are humans. We are going to make mistakes. We are here to learn from these mistakes. We are here to make mistakes, as many mistakes possible, but learn out of them. The point is to learn, not keep doing those mistakes and create a mountain out of it, which is hard to break. So, okay, you've done mistake, learn out of it. Okay, you out of habit, you did something which you are now conscious about that is not right. So act on that, become right. That is where you start breaking or balancing your karma. Humans are so embarrassed and humiliated to show their own true self. Even if you're ugly, show your ugly side. Be who truly you are. The more and more you do, the more and more you will walk towards becoming more beautiful, and not just physically. He emphasized on becoming beautiful, beautiful, divine souls that you are. Not beautiful appearance within. Your presence should beautify, bring beauty in others. They should realize their own beauty in your presence. That is beauty, that is divinity, because that is what truly we are. We must express ourselves as true as we are. How beautiful, how ugly, whatever it is. The more you are doing that, the more righteous you are. It's okay to have all those dark sides, all those dark thoughts, have that those dark emotions or habits. It's okay. Now that you are surrendering yourself and stop hiding yourself, you are now open to change. You're now open to become what you are not. Yin and yang, we have both sides. We also have shadows, we also have darkness. Okay, those darkness were created over the time, over the lifetimes, over the mistakes, repetition of mistakes. But if we keep hiding, how will we will be open to change? So you will have to open up. Stop hiding. Show truly who you are. That's why so many masters talks about being authentic, being true to yourself. Be true, be honest to yourself. No matter what you do, be honest with yourself. That's it. If you're honest with yourself, you are on the right track. Nobody is watching you. Yes, they are interested in your life. People are interested in other people's life all the time. What is happening in your life? Hey, what job are you doing? How much salary are you getting? Did you get married? Are you having kids? How much bank balance you have? Or did you buy one house or car? Nobody asked, are you happy? Are you really satisfied with your life? How many, when was the last time you asked these questions with your friends and family? Hey, are you happy? Is there something that you need? Can I help you in some way which can help you bring more joy? When was the last time you asked somebody this? Now, very interestingly, he says when we disappoint or humiliate our spiritual teacher, we create very complicated karma in our lives. We create tremendous amount of karma when we do not live in justice, observing the right of others and our own rights. We must be right, yes. Never ever, never ever humiliate or disappoint, or first, do not humiliate or disappoint any other human being, anyone. And I'm gonna share a beautiful example which might relate to you and give you more understanding on this part, but especially your spiritual teachers. Whosoever has taught you even one thing, never disappoint and humiliate them. You may disagree. Okay, walk out or stay there. Your choice. But do not humiliate them or disappoint them. Now, here, let me read out this. Torkham tells about one story. Okay, in ancient Israel, there were two cities, um, Sodom and Gumrah. That is what Gumrah. Okay, so where the people were living in immorality and insanity, because the people were so dingy, God decided to burn the both the cities, destroy the cities. And now God, understand, there are gods who have become, who have got evolved themselves so much that they are now creating different planets, different galaxies, different worlds, and taking care of it. We are part of those gods only. And what are we creating? We are not even able to create our own reality as we want. Ask yourself these questions. Now, God decided to destroy the cities because there's no righteousness happening in those cities. So, he sent his angels to burn them. Lot, a man who was a very wise man, a good man, was sitting in front of his tent when the angels approached. They told him they were going to burn the cities because there were no righteous people living there. Lot pleaded with the angels and asked them to spare the cities. If he could find even 10 righteous men, he asked the angels to spare the cities. But he couldn't find even 10 men in those two cities. And hence, those two cities were burned. And that is what is happening. Now, this is example which can put and give so much clarity of what is happening. We who create land karma, who create karma on the land or living on it. Your house is defined by your energy, isn't it? If your house is defined by your energy, won't your country, won't your land defined by your energy? So if you're doing all the wrongs, will it not create karma? And will it not come and won't you have to pay back? So all the natural disasters are the paybacks. All the wars are kind of paybacks. No, it's not justified. Again, don't take that I'm justifying them, but they are. And then they have to pay back to their actions also. Story of Hitler. He's still paying back. So your actions, whatever you're doing, you the intensity of your action define how much payback, how much depth of the payment you have to give back, how much in debt you are, and you will have to balance it. There is no way out, whether you do it on this land or another planet or another dimension. Everyone has karma. Can anyone show me a person who is so holy or pure who do not have karma? Everyone has it. And there is when he talks about that we are all humans. We have taken this birth, so we will go through all the mistakes. And the beauty is that that is where the growth is. That is why we have taken this human birth. Because there is so much option to grow here on this land. So much is happening. But the point is to grow. The point is to get out of the cycle of keep repeating the same mistakes again and again. So do not hit yourself or do not kill yourself for doing mistakes. And I'm so wrong. How bad I am, get into that self guilt of what you have done in the past or what you have been. Now that you are being awakened, now that you are getting more and more aware, act on it. Stop creating more of it. Start balancing it out. Start destroying your previous acts by being righteous. So he says there is a point in consciousness when we stop creating karmas. The five jewels The five jewels which were previously discussed assist us in destroying and balancing the karma. So take care of your physical condition, take care of emotional condition, repetition, repeat all these points in your head so that it it stays in your mind, it stays within you. So when you are doing something wrong, immediately those points will pop up. So read this book by yourself also, because we have been reading all the nonsense in the world. We have been listening, seeing, absorbing all the nonsense in the world. So how to throw it out? By meditating. But what will you do with the empty space? Fill in the right information now. So read books, write books. Because of that empty space, anything can again rewrite. Anything can be written. So write now, right information so that you can act out of right information, right wisdom, right knowledge. Now, who understand through numbers, he gives an example that how do karma multiplies. Okay. Now he says, for example, if you do something physically wrong, so his karma is equivalent to 4 times 4. Okay. But if he commits something emotionally wrong, his karma is 4 times 4 times 4 times of 4 times of 4. More intensified. And if you do something wrong on mental body, mental condition, if he commits a mental wrong, it is equivalent to the fourth power of 4, or 220, 256 intensities of your karmas. If it is a psychic wrong, it becomes the fifth power of 4, or 1024 in numbers. If you understand through maths, you will be able to understand scale, what results in what. Now, psychic karma is a blend of soul and personality. Egoic karma, which is the blinded soul mixed with emotions, mind, urges, and drives. So it becomes your soul's personality. If you're doing wrong on the psychic level, if you're not taking care of your soul's development, it starts to become your personality, and then you're all about, you're driven by it. So let me give you an example. If a person all his life has only uh, has stolen things, or has lived out of stealing things, now it becomes his personality. Even if he's given $1 million, his act, his nature of stealing will not go out of him, because it has become his personality. His mind will work. How can I steal? How can I steal? I don't have that. I must steal it from them. I want more. He'll not see what he already have. Because he is blinded by his emotions, his mind, his urges, his drive. Okay. So that's how we are creating our personalities, psychic personalities. So, and in what then in next lifetime, he will have he will have bits and pieces of those psychic personality in the current lifetime. See, he might be born in a rich family now. You don't have to steal anymore. But still, somewhere inside, because the psychic personality is still there, you are that same soul, you will have that instinct to steal. You will steal positions, you will steal friends or anything. You understanding what I'm saying? So that's how your personalities are made. Soul personalities are made. How to destroy them? Again, by meditating, becoming more aware of who are you not. The more you meditate, the more and more aware, self aware you become. So you will be aware, hey, what am I doing? What are these acts? Self check. Remember these 3 points that develop our soul's degree? Selfless service, self check, continuous self check, and being happy in others' success and beauty. Now, sometimes, now this example will resonate, I think, because this is a very common experience. Okay. Now, sometimes we find ourselves in a family or a personal situation in which the relationships are very strenuous. There are two choices for us to take in such situations. One is to develop divine indifference, the other is to leave and go, right? These are the two choices. Either you stay in that situation, if either you stay in that relationship and build a divine indifference, or you get up, go, let go, and move on in your life, right? These are two choices that you have. Suffering is not the choice. That you're staying there and being unhappy and suffering, that is again creating more karma. Now, yeah, the later option is a drastic measure between the two. So, leaving and going is a drastic measure according to what Torkam is saying. And I 100% agree to it. And I know this is something a very bold statement. But again, choice is yours. You can do both. Again, understand what I'm trying to say and what he's also trying to say. You can do both. I will uh, okay, let me read completely. You will understand why he said it and why I completely agree with him. Let me read completely. Now, again, I'm reading. The later option is a drastic measure, but sometimes if we do not go, we are moved away. Okay, the natural conditions are such that we're moved away. Either the other person has taken the step, right? Now, but some wait, sorry, I just lost my reading. Let the annoying party go either to hell or heaven. Okay, that is when you are moved away naturally. You didn't take any step. I will develop divine indifference because that person is the right one to help me learn and exercise divine indifference. Your enemies, the one who give you the most challenge in life, are not your real enemies. They are your truest friends, spiritual on a spiritual level, because they are the one challenging you to become more of what is going to help you in your development of the soul. It is very hard to understand this, but that is the fact, that is the truth. So if you are in such situation where you're continuously getting so much challenges, either you can go and cut that contract and get out of that situation, and you will learn the lesson that you are supposed to learn in that situation in some other way. You can choose that, and maybe the intensity of that challenge will be different now, could be, but understand the lesson needs to be learned. So that person who is giving you challenges are not the bad person here. They're just acting as villain in your life. But they are actually your spiritual friends who have taken that contract to be act like a villain in your life and give you such difficult challenges in life. They are the person who are going to teach you how to be more true to yourself, become who you truly are. Given you listen to yourself, given you create that divine indifference. So there's no escaping the lessons. Understand that. So if even if you go out, the lesson will come in some other shape or form, but it will come because you have to develop, you have to grow. That is the true nature of soul. Nobody can escape that. You can, of course, redefine, reshape the timeline, that because that is in your hand. You have unlimited time on your hand to say so, because you're eternal being. But if you want to fasten your things, meditate. So it gives you strength to be in such situation, give you more wisdom, give you more patience, be in such a situation and see clearly now what I have to do, what is there for me to learn, how to not create more karma in that situation rather than being in that situation and learn out of it, learn my lesson and move on in even staying there. So I used to hear so many people ask these questions. I'm not happy in my question to Patri sir. People used to come and ask this question a lot of time, you know, I'm not happy in my relationship, what should I do? Arey, it's your choice, it's free will. Move on, divorce the person, move on if that is what you want. But lesson is gonna come back. Break up, move on, leave the family, move on. But if you will not learn the lesson, it is going to come. So there's no escape in it. You will have another husband who will give you same lessons. You'll meet some other people who you will relate as family. They will give you same lessons. The faces may change, but the challenge will come back to you because that is what you have come here to learn. That is what you want in life, to evolve. So nobody is your enemy. Stop seeing other people as your enemy. Start looking within. That's when where you start becoming more conscious being. That is when you start becoming more and more aware being. So this example is a great example to understand, because this situation is something which I know so many of people are experiencing in their life. Everyone has majorly this condition in their life, that some or the other relationship is so strenuous for them that they don't know what to do. And it's okay, because relationships are the great way of learnings. That is why we are here. Everything is friendship over here. Everywhere there is a relationship, kind of relationships, right? So understand with this example what you have to do. let me complete what I was reading. It is an opportunity to detach and observe what is happening, why it is happening, how it is happening, what results will be, and so on. When you create that divine indifference, this is the opportunity uh, appears in front of you for you to see, answer all of these questions, that why is it happening, what is exactly happening, how it is happening, and what to do now. But if you are attached, if you are in that acting in that drama, driven by all the bodies, emotional body, physical body, mental body, and on a psychic level as well, you will keep on creating the mess, keep on creating the drama, more and more drama, more and more karma. Now, the spiritual life is a study discipline under difficult situation. That is what spirituality will help you in creating more and more steady emotional body, more steady mental body, more steady physical body. What is physical body? It is living on prana. What is prana? Energy. You are energy body, you are energy being. So when you meditate, you're also getting physical strength to do more and more work, to act righteous. When you sleep, why do we sleep? To gain energy, right? To relax all the bodily systems and gain energy. In meditation, you gain 10 times more energy in lesser time. In 3 hours, 2 hours of meditation is equivalent to 10 hours sleep. How much energy are you gaining? We are unfolding and building high bodies and mechanisms which cannot develop in good conditions. We are developing our soul, which cannot be developed in comfortable, very comforting situation, good condition. It needs hard condition. It needs, unfortunately, that is the truth. Again, this should not be count as suffering for the soul. This is where, how can you make these experiences more divine, more joyful, more enjoying and celebrating having these situation? Do you think I do not have challenges in my life? Everyone has challenges in their life, every single one. Even if they do not show up, they appear, their life appear so dreamy, so like a fairy tale to you, and so like role model life to you. Whosoever you look up as a role model and you see what a brilliant life they are living, you go sit with them, have a heart to heart talk, you will know they are also facing some challenges which are so hard on them, which they never share with anyone. They do not show it. Because they don't show it doesn't mean they don't have it. So everyone has challenges, because that is where they're going to grow. If they don't have challenges, then they come here to give service. Then they are not here for themselves. Now those souls are not there. The cycle of learning lessons is over. They have learned. Now they come here only and only to teach. They come here only to give. Now if those souls lose their track and get into the cycle of creating karmas, they will. That is the key. As complex as it may sound, it is not that complex. So don't see all of these as suffering. Why do I have to suffer so much to grow? No, you don't have to suffer. You do not have to suffer. Imagine having a divine indifference, how beautiful your life will be. People are killing themselves in front of you, and you're not getting affected because you're not attached to the drama anymore. You are in your divinity. You know that this is all drama. Now, death is also not scaring you. If when a loved one dies, you know they're not really separating you from you, not getting separated. I know all of this is how can you say that? Don't you have a heart? But that is when you are in divine presence of truly who you are. You understand all of these things. You feel for them. If somebody goes or dies, you feel, yes. But you know the truth that there's no death. So you will not suffer yourself as you may in your ignorance. Understanding. So the suffering is just because of your ignorance. It's not the reality. It's not what is meant. So give yourself, infuse yourself with right information to decrease the suffering and enjoy life more. See life as truly as it is and not creating stories and creating imaginations. And those, again, remember, those imagination crystallize in your emotional body and it starts creating in your reality. So that's why what you are imagining, creating, and you're believing in it. You're understanding. You multiply and increase your karma when you live a life of hypocrisy. If you are ugly, it is better for you to let people know you are ugly than to hide yourself. By hiding yourself, you mislead others. Do not pretend to be a holier than thou. Be what you are if you can. That is what I was talking about. Because remember the law of mirror. If you'll try to fix the reflection, is it going to make any changes in you? So if you start hiding yourself, if you start closing your eyes to the reality that you are and what is in front of you, because what is in front of you is actually what you are. So if you start closing your eyes to the reality, will it going to change the reality? If you're going to hide yourself or put makeup on, physical makeup or mental makeup or emotional makeup. What is emotional makeup? What is mental makeup? Addictions. And addictions are not just alcoholic or drugs. It could be binge watching movies. It could be binge watching real social, being on social media non-stop. It could be eating. It could be covering yourself under the blanket of certain identities. So open yourself up, because when you will stop hiding and stop rendering the reflection, you will be able to truly see that who you truly are, and then your eyes will open up, your mental eye, your emotional eye, your physical eyes will open up and see, and you will wake up. I feel grateful and happy if people aspire to make themselves more beautiful. This is natural. But a person should not disfigure himself or use makeup to cheat himself to try to appear beautiful. I'm healthy. I'm eating, feeding myself with the non-veg, and I'm pulling, making muscles. I'm so healthy. Next day, heart attack comes, die. All the emotions you're suppressing, and I'm building my muscles, building my body. I'm so fit. Next day, heart attack comes, or a panic attack comes, and you die. Are you really fit? So don't cover up yourself. Be natural. Truly take care of yourself. There is also other natural measures to take that keep the body from aging. What is those natural measures? Eating right food, meditation. What is eating food is for? Of course, it's for enjoyment, for nutrition, for prana. And you're gaining so much prana through meditation. He says, very, it's funny that greed, jealousy, hatred also, okay, greed, jealousy, hatred, also joy, faith, hope, charity, and love change your faces. Either any of them, they all change your face, your physical appearance. And before your physical appearance, your energy changes. And your energy speaks before your physical experience, before when you speak. If somebody is aware enough, sensitive enough of energies, they will understand you, clairvoyant. They will understand you before you speak. They're able to see your emotional body. They're full of crystallized stories. Okay. A person is exact replica of what he is from inside. Why not find natural methods instead of spending money on chemicals that are taken from the internal organs of animal and women? You know, there are beauty creams available that are made out of woman's fetus, woman egg. That is, see the mind, see the how disastrous mind one could have. Of course, when they do not leave animals, why would they leave humans? Lord Buddha, Christ, Krishna, all taught us to be natural. To depart from what is natural is destructive, is self-destructive. So be natural as possible. Eat natural food, which is the food provided by nature. Please do not feed yourself with excuses or debates or reasonings that, hey, how can you take fruit from a tree? It is also its baby. It's only blinding yourself because you want that. You will put all your mind to justify that. But if you will meditate, no one can justify the statement. First, this is not scientifically right. Second, your inner wisdom will tell you what is the truth and what is not. Our karma increases and multiply if we act under the pressure of our ego, vanity, and self-interest. When we think, speak, and act in tune with beauty, goodness, righteousness, joy, freedom, striving, and sacrificial, oh no, sacrificial service, we decrease and eventually dissolve our karma. Let me read that again. Our karma increases and multiply if we act under the pressure of our ego, vanity, self-interest. We think, speak, act in tune. When we think, speak, act in tune of beauty, goodness, righteousness, freedom, joy, striving, sacrificial service, we eventually begin to dissolve our karmas. Beauty never builds karma. On the contrary, as a person work in beauty, his divinity manifests. He does not result in something. It is the real self that is expressed now. So he's not acting from anything. He's not using or misusing any of his bodies. He is that. Working for beauty decreases karma because karma is built by ugliness. Every ugly thing in a person does create karma. Every beautiful thing in he does destroys karma. The more beautiful a person becomes, the more he finishes his karma. It is a simple teaching to say be more beautiful, but one must be physically beautiful, emotionally beautiful, mentally beautiful, have beautiful motives that are harmonious with the divine principles. The same is true for goodness, righteousness, joy, freedom, striving, and sacrificial services. That understand what beauty truly means. You all are beautiful. We all are beautiful in their true essence. There is no ugliness. There is no what are uglies. Define. Take a note down today. Sit with yourself. Take out your journals. Point out what all ugly thoughts, emotions have you ever experienced for your own self check. Now, do how many of you did experiments I've been telling you? First experiment I told you about the water. How many of you did? The second experiment I told you about yesterday about checking your thoughts before you sleep. How many of you checked? And how many of you then checked what kind of dreams they were getting? Did any one of you did the experiment? Wow. We're talking about karma. We're talking about righteous actions. All listening like a song. Whoa, what a beautiful song I'm singing daily. I'm doing those experiments myself daily. Please do these experiments so that it gives you the more experiments you do, the more clarity you will get because that's how your logical mind understands. So do these experiments. So today, do this experiment of taking out your journal and writing, being very true to yourself and writing all the things that you have ever experienced in your life. Deepti is saying, okay, I will first let me read what Deepti said. I check the thoughts before sleeping and say prayer to improve. Great. What was your experience of your astral? How were your dreams? This experiment is to understand how your mental body effect on astral planes is correlated to your astral plane. Take your time. It's not a one-day job. Take your time. Meditate, 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 so that you are more aware of what is exactly happening. So take your time. It's again, be patient with yourself. Check your thoughts and slow. Every night, you have to be consistent with this experiments, with yourself, with your practices. Everybody has dreams. Everyone have dreams. It is a natural occurrence which happens when we sleep. When we sit for meditation, one of the experience that we talk about having going out, having a feeling of that you're flying in there, remember, that is also extra out of body experiences. So every night we have out of body experiences. How conscious we are to remember it or not to remember it, that is the story of it. So that was about today's reading. Now, okay. I said how to pronounce your name. If am I pronouncing your name right, let me do that. Everyone can unmute themselves. Okay. Am I pronouncing your name right?
Yes, namaste. Yes, that's fine.
Okay. What does your name means?
Uh, I heard it is one of the sages. It's named after one of the sages. Yeah.
Okay. Would love to know about the sage and you as a sage.
Right. Thank
Wow.
you.
Wonderful. Okay. So how could I explain or avoid a friend trying to vent out or gossip? Well, first of all, immediately, if you can't run away or you can't say that, hey, don't give me your the gossip or your I'm using this word shit. You can I, okay, censor it. But what I mean to say, if you cannot avoid or get out of that situation immediately, you can create again divine indifference. You're there, but you're detached. You're not you're emotional. You have worked on yourself. You have worked on your emotional body. Now you're emotionally stable. So even if they are doing it, and you always have an option which say speak your truth. So you can smartly first avoid their company. Second, if you cannot avoid their company, you tell them, hey, I'm not here for the gossip. Hey, let's talk about something else. You start talking about what you have learned, what is that you want to experience in that friendship or in that relationship. You start creating that more of it. So you're not letting the other reality to create, because now you are the creator of your reality. Second, you're not forcing anybody or you're not interfering in that's their own lesson. But you can again suggest and tell them what you are learning. Hey, this is what I've learned about gossip. Do you know? And then it's their choice whether they take it or not. Understanding. So you can pass on the knowledge that you have as you have experienced, as you have learned, so that you speak your truth. Because when you speak your truth, it reaches people. If you do not speak your truth, it just stays on the surface. It doesn't touch the people because it's not holding the power. It's not holding the truth and energy behind it. So speak your truth and they will listen. Today or tomorrow or 10 days after, it will settle in their mind. So
Thank you. Yes.
the first is to be emotionally stable yourself. Work on yourself, work on your emotional body, being more stable. Then when you have achieved that, and you can be indifference in those situations, be detached, see all of this as drama, you can create boundaries, start creating boundaries, start managing your time and your energy where you needs to be. You don't need to please anyone. We're not here to please anyone. Again, righteous action. If you're going against your soul's nature, if you're going against your own heart and intuition just to please a family member or please a friend who is giving you destruction, who is resulting in creating your mind manipulations in your mind, then what? Who is going near to the porcupine, that animal who is throwing thorns? Who is? You are. Then karma will come and slowly remove those thorns. So choose wisely. And then when you have become that stable, give the knowledge that gossip is cancer to the soul. Now it's their choice whether they want to continue with the gossip or learn. You did your duty, you did your dharma of friendship. So that was about it. Thank you. Anyone else? Anyone wants to share or ask or anything? Let me read the chat if there's anything. Okay, I missed Rekha ji. Intuition means we'll have to wait. In Hindi, intuition is like your अंतरात्मा की आवाज, आपके मन की आवाज. इंट्यूशन को हम ये कह सकते हैं. लेट मी सी द एग्जैक्ट वर्ड. हाँ, अंतर्ज्ञान. हिंदी में उसको अंतर्ज्ञान कहते हैं. सो अंतरात्मा की आवाज जो आपके मन से आती है, जो बार बार आपको बताती है कि क्या सही है, क्या गलत है, क्या करो इस सिचुएशन में, मगर हम रेयरली उसको सुनते हैं. आपकी सोल, हमारी सोल हमें हमेशा गाइड करती ही रहती है, करने के लिए तैयार है, बट हम नहीं सुनते हैं. ना सुनने से हम वी गेट इनटू क्रिएटिंग कर्मास. ऑल राइट, आई होप आपको आंसर मिला हो. Okay. With that, if there are no other questions, I am waiting to hear your experiments, your results of your experiments. So do the experiments and share your experiments. All right. With that, thank you for being here. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak, and see you all tomorrow. Have a great day.